That was a semi-final. That's the reason NaVi are here. They did best Heroic, who are looking to have maintained their form after their previous victories at ESL Pro League Season 13. Let's get this party started. NaVi batten down the hatches of the defense, and it's Gambit bringing the assault. 1 minute 50 thrust onto the clock. A bomb on their back. A couple of decoys through the air, and let's see what our third map has in store.
3 players over towards Ivy early as they're trying to activate Simple, giving an opportunity to look for kills. He's just surging on over to find these frags. Simple is hungry to fight.
Ooh, baby. Axel's close, and there goes the bomb. He's already found the head he desired. Don't we all?
Simple's just gone down there from Hobbit's pick, and now this one's starting to get dicey. navi tagged on up, chaos ensuing.
Yeah, Inter's in a spot of bother off the flash. bumыч gets vision, but quickly deleted. In fact, not done yet. Chance for electronic for both. It was such a quick shot onto Shiro. He doesn't have armor, but it doesn't matter when he's hitting shots like that. The bomb's with him. Perfecto to back him up. P250 found. That does level the odds just a little bit for some of those longer engagements. Perfecto trying to combine, but that was the peak, and it's been punished. There's Inter's connecting with his third frag, and him and Hobbit combined are all they need. 5 frags between the two of them. Gambit get the pistol. Now, we've seen that before.
This is where they really need to hunker on down Gambit. They cannot lose to the force buy of navi, and I say force buy of navi, we haven't seen it come through yet. Jesus. Feels like he does enough right there. Solid work from Inter's, the supportive element of this team. I think Hobbit's once described him as their secret weapon. Need the secret weapon right here.
Oh, that's the in-game leader doing everything he can in and outside of the server to get Gambit right on the mind in hot pursuit of a reverse sweep. It would have to start here on train, and we have seen a P90 acquired.
Yeah, Axel purchased that, so it could have been a misbuy because now navi's wielding it, taking one for the team.
Of course, he's got his wallbang lineups.
Electronic anchoring the inner bomb site. Simple float as the rotator. It's going to put a lot of pressure on bumыч, Perfecto, and Bit as the 3 players towards Yard in these rifle rounds.
Yeah, but whenever you have a map like Train, where on the T side, Hobbit can just go and slowly work his magic on a lurk roll. Like, he's taking his brown holes at his own pace, but he's one of the smartest players we've seen in Gambit. His understanding of the game, what's required of him, when contact is required and when noise is not. So, 60-second mark. We've rotted through just a little bit of the clock.
Perfect time smoke here if Perfecto wants to drop it now. He's just on the jiggle. Yeah. Ivy presence.
Might get ahead of that. Yeah, Inters can completely nullify that smoke. The nade will chip away at him, and expecting the swing. Bit's taken down Ivy, and here comes the P90 flying up the ladder. It has drawn blood. Hobbit's caught one, but these pistols are still quite pesky. Bit's recovered that Galil from Ivy, and now from behind, electronic, no. So many opportunities. All of them squandered. Bit doesn't have the health for this, and Shiro will remove what little remained. Oof. There you go.
Handle from Gambit. That looked really, really dicey for a moment. That smoke getting dropped, the double nades in towards T connector. That was looking really good for Navi for a moment. And then there was a second wind as Electronic had an opportunity coming late through Pop Dog. But just dealing with this one. And there you have it. Shiro closes things down, and they need to get fired up for this one. navi might not have a voice left after today if he continues like that.
Yeah, it's like he's doing like a Wolverine impression or something.
A little bit of chip damage there with those nades. Nothing to get too excited about. And Shiro's just going to pedal forward. navi's already done some damage, and the dominoes fall one after the other. That's a bit flicky.
Yeah. Got the sense for this. Nice shooting from Shiro. It's only against the eco, but keeping it tidy. That was compulsory in their campaign here on the T side. Not going to clear out Perfecto just yet. Oh, we're knife buddies. I got that one.
Interesting to see, right? We'll keep monitoring. Obviously, it's going to depend on how the rounds go for Gambit, right? You can't be yelling too much if you're losing, right? But that's one of the traps that teams can fall into. I wouldn't say Gambit are a momentum-based team, but use the Brazilians as an example. I don't mean the legendary crew, maybe more like KNG's mob, right? You look at those teams, and when they're getting fired up and they're riding that momentum and everything's hype, it's really great to ride those highs, but there's also the opposite of that, which is the lows. Now, if the team feels like there's some intensity missing, navi can try and bring it. But if they're still getting blanked, if they're still losing sprees of rounds, things are falling apart, then that excitement, it can only take you so far. The players in the server need to be feeling it themselves. And now we've, well, swept the first 3 to one side. Gambit sitting pretty, but NaVi will finally get a chance to respond here with the rifles. Simple into the AWP, of course. Bit into an AUG. Perfecto always seems to do that dirty job. He gets the kit, the full bag of utility, and a FAMAS. So here we go. We're about to see what NaVi have in store for this CT side. And the util being lined up here.
3. They're trying to get Exile out, maybe. Oh, down the pop dog. bumыч nearly takes them both. Yeah, get out of dodge, Hobbit. You are a scrap of health away from a 4v3 advantage for the boys of NaVi. Main re-smoked. Couple of questions for NaVi to answer around these smokes. Simple's been summoned.
Interesting 2-2 split here. This puts a lot of pressure on Perfecto's up in sandwich. He's going to call out that molly. Looks like Hobbit's going to hightail it out of there. And is it low ramp or high ramp where Gambit want to look for contact? Either way, they have to get past the 2 big men of NaVi.
Does a single flash pull Simple off the line? The answer's no. And there's a dry peek. Axile's met the AWP. Electronic readies himself for the cross to sight. And enters, still traded, but found at least one of those B defenders. 30-second mark. Don't forget, Hobbit really has been taken out of this round by that dink from bumыч.
They fully rotated. The bomb can still go back out pop here.
Yeah, but Perfecto is already thinking about that, and headshot angle cleared. Hobbit's made it to the bomb train. At 20 seconds, just by cutting this noise, look what it's pulled. The CT's out. Hobbit trying to be the worm. And he does peek into Bit, does some damage. Shiro, 10 seconds. That bomb plant is just not going to happen at this rate. And Perfecto's there. Potential knife denied. NaVi respond. First weapon round and the first on the board.
Yeah, great stuff there. I think having bumыч activated up close pop, that's going to be an interesting battle between him and Nafany. We've seen Nafany go toe-to-toe with some big names over towards this pop dog position, and he only had a Mach 10 in a round like this. Great movement there from Hobbit down the ladder. And yeah, not working with a lot of util. One of the opening smokes from Gambit in that round on the map overview was in the middle of nowhere, so maybe one not landing exactly where they needed to, but let's see. Do they rinse and repeat here?
Oh, he's out. He's going straight out and tucked into Wolof. Ahead of the sandwich fight, Perfecto will clear it. No one down just yet. More utility exchange, and on the way out, bumыч stamps his ticket. They're trying to rejig now. Happy to play the 4v4 out and even exchange the loss of Simple for Nafany in this voodoo ritual of round 5.
Lots of movement now from this NaVi CT side defense. They're actually turtling up around this E-box area, kind of giving up Ivy, as it were. Bits having to go on over towards the B bomb site to help on Electronic, and now real problems for NaVi. They lose one more of these pins without getting a kill towards Yard, and Gambit might bounce back with a rifle round of their own.
Yet to reload as well, so bumыч will have to be very precise. 18 in the mag.
Such an awkward position that NaVi are in right now. They have no info, and they're just hedging.
Distance himself, and fresh load of bullets does start to hail onto Gambit. Hobbit just caught on that blue train elevation. Smoking the backtrack side, Axile's going to walk straight into Perfecto, and Axile does what Axile does best. That bomb plant likely to be contested, whether it's Pop Dog or here on the boost. bumыч a third. Great shot out of him, and there's more to come. Oh my God, he could ace them. bumыч, 4 frags. He came into this round with 1. He leaves with 5. Magnificent shooting from the CT in-game leader, and now Gambit are going to be shaken.
Yeah, down to Squalor here. That was really, really good stuff from bumыч. Look, he didn't... bumыch in the past, when we've watched him play, everybody at home, if you're an NaVi fan, you've been watching for the better part of a year now, you know us talking about bumыch at Sandbags on Inferno, right? You'll have heard that story. Think about how mobile he wasn't around like this and how integral his kills were. Staying dynamic, really thorn in the side right there of Gambit, and now it will just be a deagle for Inters, a P250 for Axile, Glocks for the rest. And what should be navi's third. Silent as they like. Creeping over towards this B bomb site.
You'd love a plan. You'd absolutely murder for a plan.
It seems so scary to have Electronic as the anchor and then Simple as the rotation. Like that, as a duo, doesn't feel like you get past it easy. There's the first.
And the bomb's across. Good luck. Axel has to bodyguard, and the bomb does go down. Okay.
Success.
Mission complete. 3-3.
Yeah, and a quick one there as well. So Gambit not waiting for that utility. They're just going to go for more of an explosive maneuver. That's 4 kills for Electronic, and yeah, we're all tied up.
An extra $800 for any of our uninitiated, distributed for getting that bomb down in a round loss.
No panic here, right? Just able to mop up the mess. You knew you were going up against some version of a buy in the next round. It is going to be bolstered. Get full util out on everybody for Gambit. Shiro even head armor and the AWP. So round number 7.
Here we go. So far, not many complaints from their hold of Ivy. And ooh, Electronic's up to some funky move here. Hobbit may not be ready. They do flash him. Oh, he's lost him in the smoke. The spray does connect, and Hobbit has found them first blood.
Felt like he got lucky to get away with that one right there. Pressure getting turned up here. All 4 members of Navi still over towards Yard.
They want to take space. That CT flash indicates they want main. He's got a re-smoke, and that will deny Inters.
Might be a bit of a gap in that.
It's a bit of a gap indeed. He won't be able to confirm there's no presence, but at least feeling like he's doing something with his 15.
They still haven't rotated B.
Yeah, well, Hobbit hasn't even walked in. Didn't take any of those risks that were available to him.
Really big gamble here from NaVi.
It's the right call. Bumıç is in main. Flash from... Okay, this is the play, isn't it? Inters to flash the corner.
He's tucked into the wall, so he also has Simple overseeing business here as well. This is still very strong yard setup right now from NaVi.
I really don't fancy NaVi's chances against Bumıç. And they're going for the Ivy split. Simple is in a responsive position. Now the Ivy util's dropped, he will want to fall away from this. He's even perfectly smoked off the pop at the 30-second mark. Here comes navi. Bumıç readies himself for action. There it comes. Looks like 2 frags for NaVi already and a 3rd put on the board as well. Bit just using that bomb train. Hobbit was smoked off and the tag. Bit lives on. They can't finish the job with the pistol. Shiro again meets his maker in the form of Bit. No time for Hobbit to work any sort of magic here. The bomb disconnected from him. Might have to just hide in plain sight. Gets his Predator armor on.
I can't even, right? Normally, in this kind of situation, you'd expect some presence to start heading over towards that B bomb. So with Electronic going down so early, there was no pressure. They didn't even smoke down the low ramp to make them think that something was coming. It was just get that kill and then wait. And NaVi, they don't wince. This is great stuff from Bit. That trade right there is perfect. And you heard in that little piece where we had the interview with the subtitles, all the bits, we were actually diving into the CIS Counter-Strike to hear what they have to say about this NaVi roster and talking about Flamey, right? The Bit being the upgrade, just as good individually in terms of the mechanics, but his decision-making, I would say, is leaps and bounds ahead of Flamey's. Flamey's more like an RPK, you know, you wind him up, you put him in a spot, and you hope he gets you a couple. Bit's looking like the full package here, and it's still very early days. B's going to be tested again. Do you really want to go into this setup? Electronic and Simple posted up one more time.
Yeah, it is a package deal, isn't it? They're going to give it a go. Electronic could be flashed off, but he's actually playing anti. Tucked in now, trying to drop the nade as they advance. Molly to stop the default plant. And losing Simple puts it all onto him. Just the one is all they can report. Favoring Gambit now as they have got the sight. The flames will fade. And quickly losing another. It's Bit again, just taking that first contact. Shiro trying to use that smoke to his advantage, but he walks straight into the Perfecto spray. Inters the secret weapon. Gonna have to do something here alongside Axile. They are both contesting from one low, one high. Bit can take that duel. It favors that AUG. How quick will Axile adjust? Quick enough. Inters can flank it. Timing is everything. Backs are turned and Perfecto just can't check his corners. Just bumych, and they do take the contact as he drops the smoke. A close call, but 4-4. Gambit, successful take of the inner site.
Great round, and in both of these last two, Simple's almost been a non-factor, right? He's just the one who's immediately dead as they take space, so he gets decked. Electronic does his absolute best to try and mop this one up, but these kills through the smoke, like this one right here, Perfecto just lobbing a couple bullets in.
It was perfect. The first bullet he fired was on the mark.
Yeah,
on the money.
The one that they found onto Hobbit as well, not quite sure exactly where he did go down, but all in all, the fact that they got those two were a bit of a godsend here. NaVi, timeout taken first here in map number 3, and this is the most back and forth some of these first halves have felt so far in this best of 5. Coach Cam again. Blade still just looking chill. Almost looks like he's kicking back. We can see his mouth today, so we know it's moving. NaVi buy again. They have everything they need. Kits, util, AWP for Simple. What's Gambit got in store for round number 9? Hit from Shiro, and Simple's down again. Just the simple flash from Inters, and bang. 4v5 out the gates one more time.
Oh, that's a dream on the Gambit shopping list. bumych could be faced by their totem drop. But again, this dynamic CT setup just constantly partnering up, clearing close walk-ups. This time Ivy called clear. No one is home. Looks like it could be a smoke exec. There's so many gathered towards spawn.
It'd be wild if they go into the stack again, Gambit.
B site is completely clear. Wide open for business. As I say that, 2 members of NaVi realize the same. Bit, however, getting contact and taking down Inters. 5th death now conceded for him. Top of the scoreboard for Gambit, so it's a big blow to throw.
The Perfecto AWP.
They're closing gaps.
Often.
Yeah, and a team flash as well, just making his life harder. They're closing a lot of room. Contact found. He wasn't far off. Could have been the collab. Now Bit dicing with that Mag 10. Going down. Electronic is ahead of the lines, though. Shiro was not ready for that. He can come alive here for the clutch. Axal's low. Nade puts Hobbit in the same state. And already losing another body. Double smoke! It costs him his life. They can hold it. He fakes it, draws navi into the fight, a one-on-one that certainly does favor Electronic. He dunked him with the nade earlier, and now he's holding it. Hobbit needs to call the bluff. The spray's a bit late, and there comes the ninja right under his nose. Hobbit has it stolen from him.
This is what we're talking about, the close affairs here, the back and forth nature of these rounds. We're getting into sites, we're getting the multi-frags.
This was the opener, though. I mean, you said Simple was a non-factor. That was a Shiro factor.
That was a really quick shot on the replay. Makes it look much faster than it was.
But you can see, like, look at that crosshair line. He was looking for the one-way over the smoke, and you can understand why. It'd be a nasty death to concede, but pros don't fake. Heard it here first.
Back towards B very quickly. 4 of them fast. Axar just selling a bit of a fake out here.
Yeah, but Electronic thinks better of the incendiary. Now they can walk through, they can walk in. He's blind. So much space now for Gambit. Simple does catch one. Bomb not down. Util being dumped to try and give a bit of area to play around, and play they will. 2 more NaVi members are down. It looks like Perfecto's just going to try and keep hold of that AWP. He's scarpering off to the safety of the pigeons.
Hunt's coming as well, though. Axal already starting to have a look on in here. His aim at this range. Oh.
He's got the magnifier specs on.
Yeah, they're tightening this one here. There's no way out of Ivy.
Ooh, Bit does bail them out.
That's a huge shot for Bit to make the Famous from there.
Yeah, and an A cave perhaps to be retrieved as well.
Even an avenue to help them get on out. They'll drop the smoke. They'll try and pick this up. Perfecto, you have to be good with this AWP right now. Simple wants it, and he needs it in that next round.
Oh, backs are turned. He even spots Perfecto. He's not going to be able to keep hold of this AWP unless he defends his honor. navi takes it all away from them. And that's a big win. That's a win within the win.
Yeah, and now for NaVi, look at where the money's at for both teams. It's like you're sitting in the position right here, right now, where they're operating with very little, no saved guns. It can't be like the tail end of Dust 2. The tail end of Dust 2, save, save, save. You can get that loss bonus starting to build. Here it has been much more of a back and forth affair. And it will just be pistols. They have to go for the force buy with where the money situation is at. They need to make the most of this one here, or Gambit are going to extend that lead to 7-5.
Well, we saw that NaVi heroic game. There was an abundance of success with armored sidearms. All it takes is one of the traps to be sprung. One trap now established is main. Lots of flashes. They made no secret of their campaign towards Ivy, and it's a hard hold for poor Bit working with that Desert Eagle.
So they're hoping for another yard play here. They've just left Simple over towards B on the bomb train, and this could fall apart very quickly for Navi. It just takes one piece of this puzzle to go down towards yard, and then everybody will just have their head on a swivel getting peeked from everywhere. That's not the case. As Gambit are regathering right now, just as silent as you like. Back up through the box holes towards where Simple resides. He should be overwhelmed by utility here, and the rotation is getting further and further away. Nafany and Hobbit are just walking
This is an off angle, I reckon. Not for Nafany, finds it too easy. And as Simple slumps into the ragdoll off the site. Electronics flash for his fight. Nothing found on the oil position. It's Nafany with his second and Navi's force. I mean, this is one of those even worse situations. I mean, you'd love a frag, you'd love a little AK-47 gift for the following, but pursuit of that doesn't seem like there's many options.
No, I think this here, if they can hold on to their pistol upgrade right now, that'd be the best they can bargain with in a round like this.
Gross.
1900 in the next round, meaning it will have to be that save. And this is what I'm talking about. Gambit should be netting up 7 here on that first half, so... Oof.
I mean, this is just...
Sweet.
This is a... Shut your mouth. This is a good taste of what happens when Gambit win the pistol and convert. It feels a lovely little pillow and cushion of rounds now. They got 3, don't forget, off the break of that pistol. So now they're seeing gun round success. This is going to be a very potent T-half. As you discussed, 7 likely. The rest up to Navi.
And if they can keep this next round of play clean, they're going to have almost enough money to see them through for the remainder of this half with guns. So a lot riding on this one for Gambit. Navi, on the other side of things, you kind of just have to sit in this horrible position, right? You're almost... You know that now they're going to have an extended lead here in this half, and for you to bounce back will be 3 on the trot to close things out. That's just to get an 8-7, which for Train...
I also will remind you, Chad, of your very own statement regarding this unknown entity of Navi's Train with Bit in the roster. That T side is where I imagine we might feel a little bit more of that wrath.
Yeah, really, really uncertain what we're going to see here on this T half. The CT side, pretty standard stuff.
Simple's been kept neutral as well. Ouch.
Lurk smoke on towards Ivy. This is what does feel like a matter of time round.
Yeah, but as soon as you say that, Chad, someone gets up to some hijinks, maybe a bit ladder play to tickle my pickle.
No.
Hobbit is one of those. You know, we've got a long list of pop dog nerds. Hobbit's up there. We saw that little strafe off the ladder earlier. He knows the barrel baits, the circle strafes, the toes.
It's crazy when you focus in on just these key areas on the map, how like nerdy these positions have been. But Navi have rotated 2 players over
3
towards the site.
in total. Simple does have his trusty Desert Eagle. It's actually only a P250 and nearly cratered on the way down. Great recovery from Gambit. Threatening with those pistols. You can see damage was inflicted, just couldn't quite convert them now. It's more a case of Bit and Bumych. Let's see what you got, BB. Look at this line of them. Gambit all just having a party, acting like the round is won. As it is.
Getting a move on towards CT spawn here, so Axel is the only one going to be hanging around for a chance for a kill or two. Bumych a bit, nothing for their troubles, but finances will finally be restored to a semi-respectable level. It's still not going to look great for Navi.
Oh, what a shot. Back of the head, long, long range. Bumych gets nothing. Either way, Gambit extend their lead. 7 on the T side of Train as this reverse sweep would need to see a large haul out of Gambit.
I really think they're on, if they win this round right here, they're on for a 10-5 first half. There's not going to be an AWP in play for Navi in a round like this.
Yeah, and they've got oodles of cash as well to fall back on. Could be leaving with the whole pick and mix shop.
I'm not quite sure how Navi are going to contend with this. Gambit should be able to have their way with them. It's not really enough of a presence here across the map. Perfecto operating with MP9 needs to make this one work.
Yeah, and Nintas is very quick on the draw, it seems. More contact for bumych. He's on that E-box. It's a very exposed position. He's dropped the smoke main to enable a bit more options for this fight on pop. Oh, no, they know. navi's being walked in on and doesn't get to see his enemy before it strikes. bumych makes it 4-on-4 and working now with the AK, but as it fades, nutmeg by Inters. So many players from Gambit in that main position. Bit on Sandwich there. He is hot property. They want him bad. Molyam out of position. Shiro has an opportunity that he does not let get away. Hobbit taking some real space. Just as all of that action's unfolding towards A, Hobbit can just W through B. Nothing to report in pop. Axel with the bomb above, so Simple can still play spoiler to an extent here. Electronic through the backtracks. Hobbit has got everything covered. And I'm not even sure if Electronic's going to account for all of this. Can you really expect him to? He knows it's all possible. They haven't had anyone here. Oh, great find! He's beating him to the punch. And now, just by existing, just by surviving, he's delayed it a little bit. The nade on towards the Inter's peak. It's a little short of the mark. The flank coming in again from Simple. Inters hasn't considered this. He's there. Ooh, a chance. Simple takes him, and Axel caught from the flank as well.
Have to sit it. Shiro.
Where is he? From the Z. They have faked it out. So an opportunity presents itself. This was supposed to be Navi's round, and Electronic ensures it is. Right down to the 1v1.
I have no idea how Navi win that. Well, I do. We just saw it unfold, but it really should never have happened in that way. Crazy round to pick up here. Almost a bit of a gift for Navi, and they're going to secure that. Shiro's too far away. He has to take that fight. You have to assume that the bomb is being sat. If he doesn't run all the way in, he's not going to win that round. So Electronic aware of that, gets a big kill. Navi's money's still extremely fragile. And Inters did a lot of work here. This second kill onto bumych, easy as you like. And it just felt like this one should have been done. Look how good these shots are. All it takes, Simple, finding a timing, finding some impact. Navi finding their sixth. The AWP will be back out for both Shiro and Simple. Nafany out main, very fast.
Suplex, what is that from a spray? Nafany takes the head off a bit, and he's not done yet. Perfecto's added to the naughty list. bumych close, only for a moment. Now Simple does have to be the hero. Already 2 to his name, a third no-scope, too tall of an order. They're running out of options, Electronic. Did so much for Navi in the 13th. Now it's a 1v3 in the 14th, and the bomb's already going down. Axel's caught him on the peak. And an 8th for Gambit. They respond immediately to Navi posting another CT round. Look what it's done to them. Right back to the pits of despair. Last round of the half. It will be an armored Deagles, and Gambit just swelling with cash.
Yeah, Navi can't really get anything
Let's
stabilized.
see that again.
This is wild.
Yeesh.
He's not stopping for anybody there. Even catches the pop player blind, but did you see that? He noted and just kept on pushing. He didn't even worry about taking that fight.
He knew Axel would be doing what he didn't. Nafany with the opener, Axel with the close. Here we go. Oh, the same fight. This time Hobbit using that spawn and gets away with murder. The scout, not the perfect weapon for that job. Electronic is going to have to take some initiative and space here, and he's already got a good advantage. Nafany in that pop dog position confirms 2 players are out on that A site. Using that smoke to get out, and Simple's looking a bit flustered here. The chance is really dwindling now.
Oh.
Hello? Blocking each other, but Nafany solves the puzzle. And now it's Bit. So many targets. Good chance, though. It's 1v1s, and it's nearly 3. That Deagle, just a goddamn axe, chopping away at the competition. Simple was so low from that barrage of nades. The read of the game, just to tuck in on Nafany's info jiggle. He's actually got info on 2 of them now. He knows there's 1 green, 1 pop, and just like that, 9 is found. All right. Solid haul on the half. Gambit looking to make a grand final out of this. We'll be right back with your second half of our 3rd map.
Hobbit.
Слева где-то. Зик. Думаю, что ты дефишь. Найс! Хорош.
Молодцы.
Я
АВП
убил
за
собакой.
Фюрия без АВП был. Красный.
Nine to 6, the scoreline favouring Gambit as they try and turn things around and start the long, arduous task of a reverse sweep at a best-of-5 grand final. Hobbit's already had enough. He thought it was only 3 today. But either way, we are getting into our second half. Will this be the final half? Navi certainly do have their fate in their hands. They could close it out and lift the trophy for the first time. 8 DreamHack Masters they have attended. Not a single trophy in the cabinet, despite 2 finals within that. I'm Machine, I'm joined by Chad Sponge Birchall, and it is going to be 4 sets of Kev, Cheeky Smoke and Kit for Inters, and it is Navi's turn to bring the fight to Gambit.
1xBet odds still favouring Navi there, makes sense. 2 up in the series. Hobbit going to clear off in towards Boxhalls here. A little bit of a jumpy jiggle. Sees nothing, but there is traction coming in the form of Perfecto and bumych just around the corner. And they just push Shiro back off that Ivy line with one simple HE from Electronic. Rotation will be coming on over.
There's so much thinking to be done now. Every call you hear, you just have to piece together what the potential time that's passed could have cost you. Electronic with a very off angle just to contain that main push. And Hobbits actually wants to dip back in here.
Might find a timing.
Yeah,
Ooh.
nearly did. Just a warning shot fired off towards bumych. Nafny's got ahead of this. He's very brave, and that's a goosh. Ooh, he gets away, slips away into the site, and will be hard to recover now. That could have been the leg up that Navi needed for this T-pistol. So they've been hanging around. Simple spent his entire pistol here. I wonder whether it's all for naught. Starting his advance now to be cleared. Inters. Oh, and he needed the clean head, and he has found it. Smoked off on Green Train's side. They look like they want to hit inner. Now, Hobbit, don't forget, was very aggressive at times. He's now right at the back. The USP, perfect range for it to work its magic. Shiro's been forced off the line, and now they've got the site.
Bomb has been planted.
Slow reaction out of Gambit.
Oh
my God, Shiro loses all of his health. Working with just 2. It's Axile now, however, with a headshot. These Glocks are struggling. Picked apart at. That's the precision we want to see. Glock's taking long range fights. It does not work well. Poor Bit, just still on the default plant. He's got 4 bloody targets pushing in from every angle, every jiggle a threat, but so is he. And now with Electronic, they're hitting the shots. The time favors Electronic. If he could just stop that defuse, Kit's been picked up. If he can find Hobbit, he wins the round. Back of the head, it's a slippery target. Oh no, bullets! Gambit take the pistol.
Oh, whoa, no. Right there, that was Electronics to win. Absolutely insane scenes. Gambit snatch it right under his bloody nose.
I need to see that again in slow-mo, dude. It's the back of the head. It's so pesky. Is he spamming crouch? No, he's just sitting it like a brave man. Stands up, crouching as best he can. He's got his legs are in jelly at that point.
Oh.
Look at this. I mean, he isolated the angle so well. Like, it was really hard for the, who's it, Nafny to help?
Yeah, Nafny was so low as well.
I'm already into it. Sorry, we were oozing over that one. It's already a very aggressive Electronic push. Look at him go.
Needs to find something, though. He's already low.
Yeah, Nafny on E-Box. Caught out by bumych. Navi have turned up the speed here. Speed, violence, momentum, and just a little bit of disrespect thrown in there. Bomb's already going down. Shiro blinked, and he's wondering where it all went wrong. A 2 versus 4 established right out of the gates. This is better. They are low, super vulnerable, but just that's unconfirmed damage. At least the majority of it. And they're all playing from this Green Train side. There's just no way in for these Gambit CTs.
I don't know if a miracle can strike twice, especially in consecutive rounds here. So Hobbit and Shiro look like they're thinking better at this, and they've completely lost track of the Navi players.
It is nice to see Navi going for these Aggie calls, though.
Yeah, well, that was a quick response, right? Because I feel like they think they should have won that round. The frustration that you saw in Electronic's face, that has just manifested in this round. That was in-your-face CS.
It was working for Gambit as well at times. We saw a lot of their T success starting with that early contact of either connector, that E-box cross, or even the push sandwich. So Electronic just charges beelines to the bomb.
This could work out better for Navi if they can convert here. If they're able to take this round away from Gambit, who will definitely force by behind these saved guns, this is Navi's chance to almost level the playing field and maybe find themselves sitting at 10-10. AKs are out, the FAMAS has carried through, Mac-10 on the deck as well, but Gambit in response, they've been able to cobble together a couple of deagles, the snapping turtle for Inters. And if Navi opt for a slower pace play here, Gambit can really start to turn the screws, some of their aggressive CT maneuvers. Perfecto's out.
He's been kept very quiet, very honest by Gambit so far, but now he can forge a path of his own. Already up sandwich, swinging into a scout of all things, so he will be tagged by that warning shot. And it's Hobbit to catch the first. Quick exchange, so much chaos for Navi here on the site. They've managed to get the smokes down and get the bomb, as well as the frags required. No resistance, Shiro's on green. NaVi tries his luck. Meets Simple with the AK, and yeah, Shiro's got nothing left to contribute either. This could tie things right up. Exile, ooh, very quick to the draw on Simple, but good luck, have fun. Double peak, double troubled. Couldn't quite put it onto bumыч and swung on to finish. All right, catch my breath. As well as Navi catching theirs. This is better than winning the pistol, were the words of Chad Sponge-Birch, and you can see why. Look at the right-hand side of your screen. Gambit winning the pistol, and now not really feeling like much of a winner.
No, this is going to have to be a save from them. So Navi's chance to get to 9, just one round away here from tying her up. So close, and this one had a few sketchy moments as well. It wasn't like that was the easiest round in the world.
The world #1, though. Definitely on the back foot now.
Stacking yard, Hobbit with one flash, so just waiting for the perfect time to pounce for that, but going to circumvent them here. Navi just straight over towards this B bomb site. Electronic charging on down, Perfecto overseeing, and that MAC-10 is going to be very, very up close and personal towards this connector rotation.
I'm going to try and do some quick maths here, Chad.
Okay, best of luck.
Thank you. $600 kill reward for that SMG.
Is that the maths you were doing?
No, shut up. I was expecting him to kill 5 of them. I was doing my 6 times table in my head. I was like 6, 12, 18. I thought I was sitting there with my fingers
I was
going,
like, what is he? What's he doing? I was like, if it's silent, is it going to make the maths easier or is it going to make it harder? No. Is there more pressure?
No, I was expecting them to be running into electronic MAC-10. We didn't get what we desired. Neither did Gambit here on the USPs, as there we go. Nothing to be scavenged away despite their attempts.
This is great for Navi. Look at their money right now. With the scoreline 10-9 in favor of Gambit, the money for Navi, the low end is Electronic with 3.9, and he upgraded away from a MAC-10 with a rebuy. So there's plenty of cash right now. If Navi can win this one, I don't want to tell you what happens from this point forward.
Is this going to be, like, you can't keep throwing some speed at Gambit. It's been working well. The spawns aren't there this time. Expect a different look. Looks like some early util to be deployed. A whole lot of it. Electronic wounded, does get away. Second chance at life. That's a perfect Molotov from them. You can't stay and pop with that.
Actually, was a perfect Molotov.
Yeah,
like,
I haven't seen it. They broke the glass and it just perfectly spread. I think the glass popped it above, like the perfect spread.
It looked like it covered everything.
It did.
Beautiful stuff here. This is what we like to see out of Gambit as they've manufactured some main control.
I'll take this, a screenshot of this for why I struggle on Counter-Strike T sides.
Yeah, right. Well, look how they don't have anything to work with, right? This is the issue that a lot of people have, right? Is that you have to now get into these fights, and none of them look favorable right now.
Yeah, you just feel like I mean, every fight could be Shiro. They have found the gap. I'll be honest, Inter's probably your best bet. Completely concede control, and he has. That's
Look at this
4
setup.
Gambit members on B.
This is insane.
Where have they got this info from? Is it Axel's main hold?
Yeah, they're just gambling here on the fact it might be a B hit because of all this info.
He's looking for answers. He's going to get way more than he bargained for. Actually takes down bumыч. Here we are. Issue for Navi. Don't forget, Electronic tried his luck out main, did catch a tag on the way in. So he's got a bit of a limp about him. And now with backs turned, another frag provided. Inters delivers. And Axel can perhaps catch Bit in that pop dog position. Very sharp find from the M4.
There's no utility for this retake. No kit either.
2 of them have to come down pop, dude. They haven't got time to walk all the way to main.
Totem drop?
Yeah. And he can't find anything. Great play from Gambit. 2 remain for NaVi. Bomb ticking. Simple. Multiple angles to be responsible for. He looked away from Shiro, and he strikes, saving the hide of Inters as well. No, it's NaVi that's pushing in instead. He's holding it. The contest from Electronics just not coming through. He's trying to call the bluff. They're going for a 10-seconder here. If Shiro... Oh, knocked him off.
He's done it!
He just wins the round right here and now. Electronic in the last second. Shiro so lackadaisical. Just moving around. Felt like the round was theirs. Electronic silent. Doesn't make a peep. Counts to 9 in his head. Good grief. I thought he was letting that one slip away. The 10-second ninja, and it nearly happens. Let's see this one again. Like, Bit, great shots. They totem drop. I thought at this point, like, Bit was their prize pig. From Pop, you can perfectly defend that bomb.
I can't believe this.
Look at the defuse time.
I
Round
can't
winning.
believe that. He's called the bluff on the first. He's gone, okay, well, if you have a kit, you've won the round. You can have it. That's it. You've outdone me there. But if you don't,
I win the round.
I win the round.
Yeah.
And he does in a massive way. Electronic, that is mental.
Completely caught me off guard.
He took all that damage at the start of the round when he leered out mid. And he secures it like that. Insane.
Grand finals, baby. Now look what it's done to Gambit. Save rifles, sure, but this is where NaVi cannot afford a cock-up.
No slip-ups here.
This was a stacked tournament. Premium format of Gambit and Heroic. And the conversation right now is Gambit and Heroic. To have walked through both of them to take a trophy, there's no bigger achievement in 2021 right now.
There's no argument.
NaVi are here and they are looking fierce.
I feel we do this once a year. We see NaVi ascend to these kind of heights. We get excited. I hope this is the NaVi we get to see going forward for the rest of 2021.
I hope this is the NaVi that has a very real shot at giving Simple the trophy at the major that he deserves. Not a single major trophy in the cabinet of the world's best player. A generational talent such as Simple, and now Shiro kicking up a fuss. Found though by Perfecto. It's Hobbit that keeps things level. Gambit are making a round out of this. Threatening always. Nafany's got a flank.
No
Bit's
one's
not looking. He does check it though. Bit so alert. Quick glance. And it puts NaVi's 11th on the board as well. Let's recap how that went down.
Oh, boy. We have really, really gotten stuck into this second half. Gambit again with a pistol victory, losing to the force spy, and it's just a spree of rounds. And you know that situation NaVi found themselves in the first half where the finances didn't always feel like they're there? Gambit are going to find themselves in that position very, very soon.
Well, that synchronizes perfectly with a timeout. Konstantin on the mic. A real esports veteran. He was doing Gambit things when Alex Itch was playing for the League of Legends team.
Oh, wow.
You remember that?
Yeah. That is, what was that? That's like 2013.
Dude, who was it? Diamond Prox with his jungling? That was back when I was a different human being.
It doesn't feel like a lifetime ago, but at this point
Darian in the top lane. We've got a League of Legends nerd on the production.
Bit of a crossover there.
Yeah.
Huh?
Either way, let's get this one going.
Okay. Well, Gambit, it was a competitive round in the last just with the save rifles. Now they get the buy again, but they're not going to get too many more of these here. Everything looking good. Diffuse kit this time round for Nafany. Won't be forgetting that one. Smokes over towards Yard. 5 and E-Box. Going to hit the deck any second. Utility in exchange from Gambit to slow this one down, but Perfecto's ahead.
Oh, just as the smoke pops. This is a really nice gap. I don't think Axar's accounting for this. Oh, he's clearing him. Perfecto finds it though, and that's a double entry now for NaVi. What's Shiro supposed to do? A missed shot. Nafany not. Does take bumыч out of the equation, but what is happening to poor Shiro? Simple's to peek off the flash. Has to tuck in. They're isolating him completely. A Hail Mary. No scope. How is he still alive? He gets away with something, perhaps enough. Barrel. He knows where they both are. Hobbit looking to come up clutch now, looking for the equalizer. Simple, he has been spotted. A slight advantage, he peeks into the AWP. Hobbit keeps Gambit's dreams of a grand final under wraps.
Oh, Jesus, Hobbit. Just cool as a cucumber. Spots the barrel, doesn't flub the moment, and secures another key round for his team.
I mean, to be peeking into Simple, it's so easy to overthink it. It's so easy. What's Simple looking at? He's even looking at him, right? Yeah.
Oh.
Wide peek, hits his crouch key, 100% accuracy, and that crosshair's bang on.
Huge stuff from Hobbit. That one took me by surprise. I can't believe they just converted that. NaVi, that was great. You can see how they get out of main. Perfecto standing there. There's a molly behind him. Because Gambit are throwing a deep molly into main. He's able just to walk on out on that timing, and that looked like it should have been enough.
As soon as he hears E-Box Bloom, that's as he maneuvers in. You could see that tiny timing. He actually got Axel from it.
Yeah.
Because Axel's not even up the ladder in time. It's the perfect play. And that was a double entry that Gambit managed to claw back. You've been talking about the finances. I'm afraid it's still a conversation for Gambit. It's not pretty. Far from it. But that is a kick in the crotch for NaVi.
Yeah. That was them setting themselves up to close this out.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be a tussle. Now it's going to be a bit more of a struggle. They still were in a position to break Gambit here. Util being lined up again, lobbed on over one more time, but will we see a change up of play? Bits out this time.
Go on, my son. Flashed, blind as a bat, tucked in. No follow-up incendiary. Nade short as well, and oh dear, sitting duck was Axel. Now the double trade return. Man advantage. Bumyc trying to fill the shoes of his fallen comrade here. Oh, and this is prime. This is AKV FAMAS here. Inters does go for a very wide swing. Bumyc doing a lot for NaVi here. Denies it the info with that smoke, anticipating that pesky UMP to still be up close.
Perfecto might walk through this, you know. Oh, he's using it to go backtracks. He's just facilitated this, and he's found another. Shiro's down.
Yeah, and he's going to finally be met by Nafany. But Perfecto, this is an element of surprise. Nafany was just not accounting for it.
Top it again.
You can't back-to-back 1v2 in a grand final, can you? He's got flash bong, cheeky incendiary. Simple is biding his time. I think this hesitance could come back to haunt him, you know.
Hobbit's coming. Hobbit's coming.
Oh, those sound cues, dude. Oh, such a graceful
Simple's
descent.
not looking.
Simple's not looking, and Hobbit's on to his usual antics. A real chance. Perfecto denies. Saving NaVi. A lot of impact frags in that 8. And a tactical crouch for good measure.
Jeez, another one that almost slips away there, Hobbit.
He is
Imagine
always.
back to back.
But he's doing the stylish ladder stall, dude.
Oh.
Doesn't make a peep. Quickest way to find the flank.
Bumyc was huge in this round. That one there onto Shiro was masterful. He even set Perfecto up to get out here into the backline with his smoke. So great work from the in-game leader. And the thought process behind a lot of NaVi's plays and peaks here. Simple getting fired up. Perfecto.
He wants this.
He closed that one down.
He wants this trophy. DreamHack Masters 10th edition. Means an awful lot to both the teams involved. Nafany, he just walks through a carpet of flame and leaves with 92 HP. The indomitable man. No one can touch him. Even the wallbang does nothing. Now, Electronic, what are you up to? He's just gone and taken an Ivy fight completely on his own, completely dry, and seized a man advantage, but they're hitting towards Hobbit. You can't push Hobbit. He'll always leave with at least a frag. Shiro trying to punish with that scout.
Bomb's going to go down here. Bits at the train. Simple's overseeing business here from the back of the low ramp, and Axel and Nafany are stuck.
There is no way in. There's no way in.
Electronic still over towards Ivy. If they wanted to save what they have, which is basically nothing, a UMP, a FAMAS, a scout, this is a budget buy at best.
This is like saving half of your lunchbox-sized crisp packet. There's just no point.
This is... Where are they meant to stand? CT spawn is probably their best bet. They're all just hanging around in no man's land right here. Axel's locked in pop. He can hear him above him, knows that the Electronic was over towards Ivy. The risk on the jump, they will get themselves an AK out of this mess.
I think it's a Galil, unfortunately.
Ah, you're right.
NaVi 13. Dude, they are 3 rounds away from the 3-0 against Gambit. I want everyone to let that sink in right now. Just quickly return, if you can, to your expectations when you saw this grand final locked in. When you saw NaVi beat Heroic, you had a game in mind. You had a result. You had a good idea as to the form both teams were in. This is not the lay of the land I would have expected as we reach the closing stages of the 3rd map of play.
Oh, not when you consider the blowout of Overpass, the 12-3 first half of Dust 2. Now we finally got this one going in map number 3, and you can see just how closely knit these two teams are. But NaVi and Gambit, they've met several times this year. Katowice, Pro League, DreamHack Masters, every single one of those occasions, Gambit have come out on top, and now in the grand final, NaVi looking to change that tune. Have found ourselves here just with a quick little technical issue, so shouldn't be too long. NaVi, I guess, just really want everybody to stew in those juices.
Oh, it really paints a picture, doesn't it? That
Stewing
sentence.
in your juices, huh?
Wow, now.
You don't like that?
I don't know. The fact that you said it again with such viciousness to it. Stewing in my juices, indeed. NaVi have definitely got the juices flowing, and with the 9-6 half converted to a 13-11 scoreline, looks like they have lost a player, just a technical. Looking to make sure the lay of the land is perfect before we do resume play. It's all part of the process for Gambit as well. I mean, we knew, and they did too, that the way in which their victories were found initially was not going to be something you could just keep replicating, right? I mean, Astralis have told the world about this, of the constant need to reinvent yourself, reinvent the wheel. You've done something that's brilliant, now everyone does something that's brilliant. Now you need to come up with a counter to that brilliance, as well as putting new pages in the strat book.
Yeah, it's going to be rough for these boys going forward, but at the same time, the learning curve of this, the fact that they are getting this level of experience, the fact that they're getting to work through all of this right in front of us and still give us some of the best Counter-Strike we have seen since that Astralis era. That's the thing. This Gambit roster, you look at the way that they've been able to approach the game. Last year, ask people who they knew about Gambit. Maybe you get a couple of nods from around the room, but this year, everybody knows the name.
Yeah, they made sure of that. Actions do speak louder than words, and Gambit, world #1 through their actions so far this year. Well, NaVi are laying down a response right here, right now, before our very eyes. 2 to the good. 3 rounds separating them from DreamHack Masters champions. They haven't taken a single one of the 10 that have transpired so far in Counter-Strike. Many years of loud Swedish crowds, trips to Vegas. Well, they'll be doing this one in a slightly different environment, but speaking of Vegas, they're just playing with the cards they've been dealt.
All right, we've got everybody back in the server. Can see that everything is now set to get this one back underway for round number 25. And Electronic, as we take a look at the scores on the doors, 26 kills for him.
Oh, it's still not pretty, dude. I think I just kind of zoned out during the tech. And I've just been reminded that Gambit are still working with some nasty weaponry. The FAMAS trying to fight for your honor, trying to fend off 14. Limited in the util department. They do have a priority on incendiaries and smokes, the majority with both. And they look to bring a little bit of a aggress towards this Ivy position. nafany gobbles up that flashbang and will push ahead of the flame. Simple can't believe his luck. They knew they'd have to try and force the issue. They're even setting up for the run boost. They'll jump across on the flash. Inter's hoping and praying that somehow a frag is fed to him. Got to keep a cool head on your shoulders when you're hearing so many metal footsteps on Ivy. Electronic's going to clear. Yeah, that's 2 frags. We've seen Gambit overcome a disadvantage like this before, but that's when Hobbit comes up clutch. Can you possibly get it into a state of play that enables this man to come alive once again?
Yeah, this one's going to slow right down here. NaVi are clearly in no rush to find these last 3 kills. Bits controlling over towards the box halls. There's no B push, nobody up the ladder. Perfecto doing the same thing, but for main. And well, now the pack with the bomb is able to rotate back. Setting up for a pop flash into main here just to clear out the corners. Not going to be thrown, just going to put their bodies on the line here, so...
They'd rather not.
Interestingly enough, Simple has given bumыч the AWP. They're all on full health.
Hobbit catches that backtrack development.
They rotated B off of that.
They did, and now the site's wide open for business. Axile can play spoiler, and he has! Takes down 2. 18 seconds, and Shiro is on that bomb train. Now it is a scout. Don't be lulled into any false sense of security. Hobbit's doing it again. The last is coming in. Is he expecting it? He's not, and bumыч can get that bomb down. Hobbit's gonna have it confirmed now. Shiro and Hobbit, bumыч to come up clutch. A flash perhaps for his reposition. He'd love to get back up there. Still going for the fights. One elevated. Shiro's missed his shot as well. bumыч now really under the thumb. Needs one of these two. Needs one of these two right here, right now. They're just grouped up so perfectly. He can't seem to separate them. Would take a Hail Mary, no scope, and Hobbit's got it in the bag. Gambit overcome another double entry from NaVi.
Huge stuff. 3v5, and they just had to sit there and wait and see that one out, and the time was an issue again. bumыч gets that bomb down. There was no kit in play. Axile the hero this time.
Dude,
Hobbit ends with 3 in that round as well. That's insane. That is absolutely insane.
It's just
These
the
are
most
2 kills.
He's the most unassuming superstar we have in Counter-Strike right now.
He's just chilling in pop, just hanging out, having a good time, and gets 2 huge kills that threw this round into absolute disarray. 13-12. The buyback for Navi is here, but their finances, well, they're out of money. 2 Galils, 2 AKs, AWP. Either team right now, they lose a round. Well, money is going to be a huge problem going forward.
Really even kill distribution for Gambit now. And that's a very good sign of the times. Not waiting for anyone to show up. The whole squad's here, doing their stretches as they try and put a lid on Navi. Mirage, Inferno. All maps we know Gambit can be very, very threatening on. A lot more before that conversation returns and baited by the jump. Shiro loses out to Simple again. Axel will have to do a lot here. I don't think he was willing to fight in front of that smoke. Bits even got one in store for us as well from the top of Pop. Do they just go? Wait for it to fade and then just go? There's 3 of them. This side of the map, Electronic catching Inters as he tried to fill the gap. Now he can run rampant. Another double entry frag for Navi. Surely the 3v5 won't come through again. Exile, oh, he nearly got the 2. And that's the end of NAFI as well. Navi finally break their silence. It was a short-lived success for the CTs. And they continue their run of the mill. I mean, it's 8 T rounds found for Navi so far. 3 so far posted by the Gambit boys. This is the bait. And switch. Textbook.
Beautiful stuff there. Absolutely beautiful stuff. And Electronic, he just continues to be an absolute force. He's hit the magic mark of 29, just 1 more for that 30. And 2 more rounds for Navi here to secure the map. Look at the buy again from Gambit. We've been talking about the finances throughout these later stages. And again, it's just the pistols, it's just the scout. It's not a full buy.
God, you just have to swallow the bitter pill of 15. I mean, they are going to kick up a fuss. They are going to try and hide it under their tongue. Scout, Eagles. And the first fight goes Perfecto's way, 2 to the center of mass, and he leaves with 2 points of health.
Navi coming to fill those very big shoes of Axel, even going to audibly pick up the deagle there. And now the Perfecto's low, and still no real estate for Navi to work with here. Some questions have to be asked and answered. They are heading back towards Ivy again. It's a pressure point. It has been identified, and Inters, he has support in Nafany here who's floating around. He actually cops that smoke. Setting up for this here. Gambit have a shot as they come out of Ivy. They might be able to contain this push.
Oh, they've just sent 2 more resources into...
Oh, you're right, they have.
So I'm afraid this one will peter out.
Keep finding themselves with these B rotations. Navi never seem to go for it.
It's funny, it's almost as if when they cut noise, in their mind they're visualizing Brown Hall's walks, and in reality it's always Ivy lurks.
Yeah, so much through Ivy this game. Nafany's going to try here. He's grabbed 1, needs a lot more though.
Oh my god, he's got an opportunity. Does take a chunk out of Electronic. Got him down with 10 seconds to spare. I'm never one to write out Gambit, but this sentence looks like it's not got much left.
Exit kills, AK upgrades. That would be great right now if you're Gambit. You already decided when you didn't go all in this round that you were going to play for overtime. So consolation prizes might be worth a little bit more than just that if they can get these AKs.
Yeah. Perfecto is going to have to clear out this radius with 2 HP. Otherwise there's an AWP. Walking straight into Hobbit. Here's the punish. 2 frags, an AK delivered right to his doorstep.
Simple's gone down as well.
And he has. That's plenty to be recovered. How many can be?
Okay, an AK and a Scout. The Scout probably not going to be much worth in this one. They should be looking to upgrade into rifles for everybody here.
Well, considering Inters has been having a nightmare on that Ivy, I don't really fancy his chances with the Scout. Yeah, he does take the M4. And Gambit have resided themselves to 3. They have to pursue 3. Navi have 3 opportunities to take it all.
Alex, we have a Mac 10 on Perfecto here. We might just see a B rush or maybe just something fast out of main here. The switch up, it's perfect right now. They've been conditioning Ivy this entire game.
You're
4
right.
players very quick through box holes. If this is the B finish on the rush, this
Here
is
comes
nasty.
NaVi ahead of the flames. He's not ready. Inters has still got his knife out. The nade does something, but Perfecto wants everything. 1 body drops. Gambit losing a grand final in a 3-0 fashion, unheard of. We saw it go all the way before. And NaVi, with the bomb going down now on this B site, the change-up of pace, just as Chad highlighted. It's really leaving a mark. Their chances dwindle now with every passing second. bumыch taking even more space away from them. Util from Nafany gonna have to try and set him up. He's still paranoid about a potential flank. The whole Navi squad is here. And another one comes in. Hobbit trying his luck, and 2 in the feed. A slight glimmer of hope. Smokes and kits on Hobbit. If they could just force Electronic off this, but he says no. And another frag available, closing the gap. Someone needs to be defusing and defusing now. The smoke is there. They're on it. The kit's been recovered. They could actually, no, Nafany falls and NaVi. That's exactly what they wanted. They'll take it 3-0.